Are you going to keep asking me, or are you
Yes.
going to actually make an opinion? This is what you do, Andrew. You
Yes, it
ask
is.
questions and questions and questions so that you don't actually have to
That's-
form an opinion
that's
and
great.
defend it.
That's great. So
Stop
what do you
using
ground-
descriptive arguments.
what do you ground
Make an
morality-
opinion.
what do you ground
Do you
morality in?
believe that humans have inherent
What do you ground
value?
morality in?
Do you believe that humans have inherent
We
value?
can't go anywhere with the debate unless you can tell me what you ground morals in.
So do you exclusively ground morals in your belief in God?
I've already said 5 times yes. Now I need to know what
if
you
God,
ground.
But hold on. Listen to me. If
Andrew Wilson destroys this woke feminist live in this heated debate as Andrew Wilson takes on brave and independent Neyma from Jubilee and shows once again why this woman is a complete idiot, because no matter the education, modern women like this still don't understand basic logic. Let's get in.
played a clip of you.
What? Okay, but I'm going to play clips that'll show the lies about my positions.
I
Now-
made one video about
and you lied a
that
lot in the video.
specific moment.
Lied a lot about my positions. You said things like, this man wants to get rid of women's rights, and you said all sorts of things.
You said that.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Andrew, I just watched our debate back. Yes, the fuck you did.
Okay, tell me my positions in. What is force doctrine? Let's
Force
start with
doctrine
that.
is that whole theory that might makes right. Essentially, it is more. Okay, then why don't you define your
No,
theory?
you have to listen, first, you can't criticize a position unless you can stably tell me what you think the position means before you criticize it. So what is it? What's force
Well,
doctrine?
your position is descriptive. So do you want to define your terms before we argue on whether or not
I want to know what
we
you
agree?
think force doctrine is, because you're critical of it. How can you be critical of a position you can't define?
I mean, I think force doctrine is generally the belief that those who are stronger physically are able to defend their rights.
No,
No?
no.
Okay, then explain it to me, Andrew.
Yeah, force doctrine is the critical belief that rights come to women specifically from men, that women always have to appeal to men for the rights collectively.
Okay, so do you believe that anybody has inherent rights? That there are any inherent human rights regardless of
Unless
strength?
you can ground them in God, I don't believe that you can ground rights in anything. And if you can, go ahead and do so.
Okay, so then based on your religion, what are the inherent rights that humans
Well,
have?
first, I need you to understand what the criticism is. So when I say to you, I don't believe that you can ground rights absent religion, do you agree that that's true or false?
I believe that that's false. Of
Okay,
course
then
ground
can
rights.
you ground rights for me, absent
mean-
religion?
Do you not know what rights are?
Can you ground them absent religion? Go ahead.
Grounding rights absent of religion. I mean, there's natural law, there's humanistic theories on law.
Well, I don't know which one you're going to go with, but go with one of them.
Okay, well, let's see. Which one would you prefer? We could do humanistic theory. We could do deontological ethics.
I literally don't give a shit. I just want you to ground rights outside of.
I guess, what do you mean ground rights? Do you mean justify human rights?
I mean this. When I say ground rights, what are you appealing to? Let's just make it easy. What are you appealing to for rights?
Morality.
Okay.
That can either be morality through religion, or that can be morality
Well, you
through
don't-
natural law.
but
That can be
you-
morality through a
yeah.
social contract.
I'm not interested in all
That
of.
can be morality
yeah.
through creating an egalitarian
Not
society that is
interested
functioning.
at all in possibilities. I'm interested in the one that you have.
These
So
aren't
what-
possible. I
Can
mean,
you tell me
any
what
and
you,
all of them.
I just want to know what you ground rights in.
I ground rights in morality. Rights are moral. It is just and moral to give people basic rights.
What do you ground morality in?
Are you going to keep asking me, or are you
Yes.
going to actually make an opinion? This is what you do, Andrew. You
Yes, it
ask
is.
questions and questions and questions so
So
that you don't actually have to form an opinion
that's
and
great.
defend it.
That's great. So
Stop
what do you
using
ground-
descriptive arguments.
what do you ground
Make an
morality-
opinion.
what do you ground
Do you
morality in?
believe that humans have
What do you
inherent
ground
value?
morality in?
Do you believe that humans have inherent
We
value?
can't go anywhere with the debate unless you can tell me what you ground morals in.
So do you exclusively ground morals in your belief in God?
I've already said 5 times yes. Now I need to know what you
God,
ground.
But hold on. Listen to me. If God did not exist,
I'm not interested
would there
until
be
you tell
zero
me.
morals?
Not interested until you tell me what you ground morality in. Tell me what you ground morality in.
I don't even understand why you're asking this question.
Okay, so
Where are you going with
you
this?
said, I asked you, do you believe that rights can be grounded outside of God? You said yes. So I'm asking what they're grounded in outside of God.
Social order.
What does that mean?
It means creating a society that functions.
You
If no humans have rights, then you can't function as a society. Everyone would just be attacking each other all the time.
So you would have a society that functioned?
No, you would have an anarchic society if there is
And
no
that would
social
be,
order.
What would make that unfunctional? It would be something
I mean, no
that
one could
functioned in a way you
collaborate
didn't
with
like.
each other. Everyone would be constantly killing each other and maiming each other and raping
But
each
do
other.
you see how you're just making an appeal that morality just is preference-based, just fits your preference?
It's not preference-based. It's a necessity. It's a human necessity.
It's not necessary
Yes,
for you to have rights.
are necessary for survival. The
Demonstrate
right
it.
to life.
The right to life?
Yes, the right to life is necessary for survival.
You think that there's a right to life?
Yes, of course I believe there's a right to life.
Okay. And what do you ground that in?
I ground that in our ability to survive as a species. If nobody had a right to life, then what would stop Brian from just shooting up everyone in this room?
Obviously, this is painful for Andrew Wilson to have to sit here and listen to this nonsensical jargon. Like, it's a basic question. What do you ground your rights in? This woman, Neyma, just can't answer. And then she accuses Andrew Wilson of asking all sorts of questions in order to form your opinion without stating anything. That's what she's doing. That's what she's doing. It's projection. This woman has nothing, no thoughts in between her ears. She wants to attack Andrew Wilson, but she can't answer a very basic question. Andrew Wilson is saying you can only ground rights in a God. Why? Because absent God, there is no justification or way that you can ground rights of. She says it's survival. This same woman is the one who justifies abortion. So if she's using that you need rights, the right to life, in order to survive, then how is she justifying abortion by violating some other being's right to life and then saying that's for survival when that's helping end the human species? Like, this is completely ass backwards. She doesn't even realize what she's saying. This is how stupid this woman is. The reason you ask all the questions that Andrew Wilson is asking is to form a chain, a logical chain that meets A, B, C, D all the way down to Z, so you can understand the answer and how you got there and then justify it. And this woman doesn't want to do any of that. But hit that like button and notification bell if you're enjoying the video. And if you want to help support the channel, check out the link in the description and let's get back in.
Force.
Our society could not function based solely on force.
Then how come societies...
We would all just be beating each other up all the time.
And how come societies right now do?
Societies don't exist solely on force. We have tons of other forms of power that exist in society.
Do you agree with me that there are societies which function purely on force?
Yeah, and they suck. Name a singular one that exists that is fun to live in.
Do you see how now you're changing the goalposts? So
I'm not
you
changing the goalposts. I'm trying to create a society.
Remember how we weren't
that
talking
is
about interruptions? Can I at least make the
You've
point?
You've interrupted me like 5 times since we started.
Yeah,
But
okay.
Sure.
Well, so anyway, where you switched the goalpost here was you said that societies cannot exist. They can't exist absent rights. And my contention here is that they can. They can exist just via force.
Eventually,
hang on.
Exist.
Let me make the point. Let me make the point. They can exist absent rights. And you say that rights are necessary for societies to exist. Clearly, that's not true. I can point to you right now societies where they don't have rights.
Name a singular society where no human has any rights that exist.
North Korea. Anything you have that's a right comes from the state.
They still have a right to life. So.
No, there's no right to life. They take you out in the field and shoot you if you look at them cross-eyed.
Why don't you go live in North Korea?
Well, is that an argument?
Would you like to go live in North Korea, Andrew?
Is that an argument?
Are you arguing in favor of North Korea? You think the North Korean government structure is fun? A vibe? Like, why would anyone want to go there?
What does that have to do with anything I just said?
Because it's not a sustainable society.
Okay, but
it's a society that perpetuates human suffering.
Let's try this again.
Because no one has any free will.
I know that.
Why don't you
so
make
as we're
an
doing,
opinion now?
as we're doing, as we're doing the
Andrew?
obfuscation here, I just want to point this out. I asked you how you ground rights. You said rights exist absent preference, and I said, okay, if they exist absent preference, how come I can point? Well, you said you have to have rights for there to even be a society. I can point to a society where humans have no rights, and clearly that's a society. So I don't understand how it is that you think that you can't have societies which exist without rights, and you still haven't given me accounting for where rights come from. And so it's critical. I gave you my opinion about force doctrine. I told you what I think about rights.
So do you? Okay.
Hang on. And so I told you what I think about rights. Right now, we're just clarifying the language, so you can't do the fallacy of equivocation. I don't want you to move between separate definitions of a word using vagueness, which is fallacious, so fallacious debate move. I want you instead to be very clear on what rights are, what you ground them in, where they come from, and that's what we're debating about if we're talking about rights. So please do so.
We're not debating about that. We're debating about forced doctrine and the morality of forced doctrine. Do you believe that forced doctrine is moral? Do you believe that it is moral to take rights away from people on the basis
This
of
is
force?
pure obfuscation.
Do you believe in coercive power?
This is pure obfuscation.
But my issue
I
with
do
you,
think it's
Andrew-
fair for you to answer his
It
question.
is.
Yeah, folks, when women can't win an argument, what they'll do is they'll invent a different argument inside of their own head and then start arguing against that when nobody brought it up. Nobody brought up the argument that she was starting to go with, and Andrew Wilson tries to bring it right back, and then she still moves the goalpost like, oh, we were talking about forced doctrine. No, he asked you a specific question, and you're moving it because you can't answer it, and you know you can't answer it. I mean, there's plenty of societies throughout the majority of human history that never had any rights. The Mongolian Empire, I don't think they had any rights, right? Rome, did slaves have rights? Like, you can look through all of the dictatorships, the kingdoms, right? There were no rights. The king simply ruled and you did what you were told. You didn't have any rights. She wants to say you can't have a society without rights. And yet the history books are completely filled with examples. But this woman is so entitled and arrogant. She thinks that the standard of society is no suffering, good vibes, and fun. So if it's not that, it's not a society. Like, it just doesn't work. A society only works if I get to vibe, have fun, and do whatever I want. If I don't get to do all that, well, then it's just not a society. But thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about what Andrew Wilson had to say, completely destroying this woke feminist Neyma from Jubilee in this heated debate. Thanks again, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.